and recently, almost 350,000 to COVID. Yet, according to our speaker, the greatest killer of humanity often goes completely unnoticed. With a speech titled, "The Silent Killer," please welcome Toastmaster Sean Esler.
We all get caught up and we complain about politics. We complain about how this one's getting indoctrinated into this, how so-and-so is living off someone else's dime, or who's destroying our country. And yet we ignore that one thing that is really killing all of us. Adulthood! My God, people! We're dying because we forgot to be young. We forgot to have fun. We forgot to live and enjoy our lives. We're getting caught up in drama. And it needs to stop. We've forgotten how to be a child. But take note here, I've got a plan. I'm going to take hold of the no drama llama. I'm going to get a little festive. And I'm going to teach y'all, we need to grow down, people. Y'all grown up too much. It's time to grow down. Now, I've got 3 tips for you on how to do that. The first one is, you got to learn to have fun again. We've forgotten that one. My daughter, Gianna, she's 7. She gets up in the morning, she comes in our room, and a lot of times she'll come in, she'll look, "Dad, what are we doing for fun today?" It's the first thing on her mind. When was the last time any of you woke up and that was the first thought you had? How am I going to have fun? Every day. Right. She's not thinking about chores. She's certainly not thinking about school. She's thinking about fun. We've forgotten that one. We get up, we think about, what bills do I have to pay? What chores do I have to do? I'm going to be late for work. Where's my coffee? Where are my pills? Toastmasters and guests, you've got to learn to have fun again. I challenge each of you, tomorrow morning, sometime this week, the next month, the next year, make that a priority. Wake up. How are you going to have fun today? You're going to grow down, you've got to learn to have fun. Tip number 2, you're going to have to get dirty. You want to grow down, you're going to have to get dirty. No, like, not dirty old man jokes. That's not what I'm talking about. Listen, one of the first jobs I had, I was doing some clerical work at a mental institution. Seriously, I was working. Over the course of months, I got to know a lot of doctors that were there, and one stood out to me in particular. His name was Dr. David Perry. He was a child psychologist. He worked with the residents there. Now think for a second. What does it take for a child to become a resident at a mental institution? He had to deal with the worst stuff. Great guy. But I noticed over the course of time, when he would leave the building, our office overlooked the parking lot. He'd walk out and he'd stop at the playground. And he'd sit down in these brown polyester pants, the wide collared yellow and white shirt and tie, and he'd sit and he'd play in the sand. For 30 to 45 minutes every day, he would go out there and do it. And after a while, I asked him over lunch, "What are you doing filling your shoes with sand?" That was the most profound thing ever. He said, "I need to unplug from the stress I take in every day." Oh my God, we don't do that. Think about the stress that you bring home from work, the stress that you deal with at home. He stopped before he got to the parking lot so he could be a better husband and a better father. So Toastmasters, if you're going to grow down, you've got to have fun. You've got to unplug, which means you're going to have to get dirty. Get down there, build a sandcastle, go to the beach, do something fun, unplug from what you deal with on a daily basis. Have fun, get dirty, and while you're down there getting dirty, tip number 3, use your imagination. We live in the House of Mouse. This entire area was built up out of somebody's imagination. We carry around with us these devices. They hold the entirety of knowledge of all humanity at our fingertips because of somebody's imagination. It's the most amazing thing, and yet we've forgotten about it. This wasn't some guy sitting at a desk banging his head on it, trying to come up with an idea. This was a comic book. This was a child. This was a dream. We're sending people across the solar system in our lifetimes. Fathom that for a second. Those TV shows we watched years ago, we're sending a man to Mars eventually, a woman to Mars. It's going to be amazing because somebody dreamed it. So Toastmasters, yes, if you're going to grow down, you've got to have fun. You've got to get dirty. But use that imagination of yours. It's the most amazing thing. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to be a little goofy.